So today, let's talk about who made Mount Rushmore, where it is, and when it got built. It's one of the biggest tourist spots in North America. Top 10 cool facts about Mount Rushmore. Mount Rushmore's summit is 5,725 feet up and it's in the Black Hills of South Dakota. The rock is granite that's like 1.6 to 1.7 billion years old, pretty ancient. Before it became a national memorial, the mountain was super sacred to the Lakota Sioux tribe. They called it Tunkasilajack, which means 6 grandfathers, representing 6 directions of sky. West, north, east, south, and earth. The mountain and the Black Hills were their spiritual home. Why is it called Rushmore? It's named after Charles Rushmore, a businessman and lawyer from New York. Back in 1885, he led an expedition that got mining rights for the area. In 1930, the U.S. officially named the mountain after him. Gold was found there. The land belonged to the Lakota tribe originally, but after gold was discovered, there were conflicts and the tribe lost their rights to the land and got moved to a reservation. The idea to carve faces into the mountain started in the 1920s. A state historian named Don Robinson wanted to get more tourists at first. He wanted to carve famous Old West figures like Buffalo Bill and Red Cloud, but the sculptor, Gutzon Borglum, thought for U.S. presidents would pull in more visitors. The presidents each stand for different parts of U.S. history. George Washington, the first president, symbolizing the country's birth and independence. Thomas Jefferson wrote the Declaration of Independence, standing for expansion and freedom. Theodore Roosevelt, our progressive reforms and America's rise to power. Abraham Lincoln, unity during the Civil War and ending slavery. It took 14 years to carve from 1927 to 1941. They used dynamite, jackhammers, and pickaxes, removing about 360,000 to 450,000 tons of rock. The plan was to carve the presidents down to their waists. But they ran out of money and only carved their heads. Since work started, there have been 0 fatal accidents on the site. The faces look southeast and get sunlight all day, so visitors can see all the details clearly. There's a secret room behind Lincoln's head called the Hall of Records. It was meant to store important documents like the Declaration of Independence in a glass case, plus busts and info about famous Americans. The chamber is about 24 by 30 meters with tall ceilings. They started tunneling in 1938, but Congress stopped the work in 1939 to focus on finishing the carvings. The sculptor died just before the work was done in 1941, and the room was never finished or opened. Now it just has some informational panels and isn't a museum. If you want to visit, the Mount Rushmore National Memorial is open every day all year. From March 13th to September 30th, it's open 5 a.m. to 11 p.m., and the rest of the year until 9 p.m. The best time for photos is early morning. Soft light hits the faces just right, and there are fewer people, so it's more chill. Thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments, what do you want to see next?